Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing a quick overview of the Stealth XS4. But real quick before we get into the video, I just want to give a quick explanation for the sort of lack of content over the past few weeks. Recently school and soccer just started again, so I pretty much leave at 7 in the morning and get home at 7 at night, and then I have homework and such, so I really have hardly any time to make videos. And then on the weekends, pretty much we have games on Saturdays too, so I have only Sunday, but then I have to mow and do other chores around the house, so I pretty much have no time to test and film things. But I'm trying my best, so that's just the reason that everything has slowed down. So as you can probably tell from the name, this is a little 4-inch Stretch X frame. We have our 4 arms right here. You can see they do use, I believe, what is this? This is, I think this is the 12x12 mounting. It's the standard mounting that other frames use to fit sort of 1407 motors, such as these Brother Hobby 1407. And then out at the end here, we just have this little protrusion with the circle cut out, just to give some motor protection for when you're slamming into stuff. Then here's the top plate. You can see, pretty simple design, just sort of the 4 standoff thing. And then here we have the 2 bottom and mid plates, since this does sandwich. You can see they're exactly the same. However, if you do take a look at the flight controller holes here, it's actually really clever. This one, hopefully you can tell from this side, this is M2. These are M2 holes, but this one you can see is M3. So depending on what stack you're using, because some of the micro stacks, because this is only 20x20 mounting, there's no 30.5 by 30.5 holes here, so you do have to use a micro stack. But there are a lot of them becoming available. However, some of them are M2 and some of them are M3. They're not really deciding which one they want to switch to. So this is really nice, because if you do have either one, you can just put that one on top or that one on top to mount your stack to, since the arms will go in between there, and then you'll have room for your screws up into the stack, which is really nice. For the thicknesses of the carbon overall, these 2 bottom plates here are 1.5 millimeters thick. The top plate is 2 millimeters thick. And the arms are 4 millimeters thick. And since these are 4-inch arms and they're 4 millimeters thick, I think you have absolutely no chance of ever breaking one of these. They are pretty thin. They're about 8 or 9 millimeters along the length there. So I think it probably might have been a little bit better if these were 3 millimeters thick and these 2 plates were 2 millimeters thick. But it really shouldn't matter, because the weight will be pretty much the same. It's just you'd rather break an arm than breaking one of your main plates. And it also comes with full hardware. You can see you have your 4 standoffs, you have 4 steel nuts, and then you have a bunch of steel screws for the top and bottom plates. And now I ordered this from Armatin Productions, Armatin, however you want to say it. This is actually a friend of mine's frame. And one of the benefits of this is that it's hugely cheap. He does not take a huge cut on these frames that he makes. They're only like 25, 30 bucks on Armatin, so that's really nice. The only downside of this is that Armatin cuts to order. They don't keep stock of things, obviously, because you can just put your design on there for people to buy. So it does take about 2 to 3 weeks to get to you from the time you order it, because it's at least a week of processing before they actually cut it, a week or 2 there, and then another week to ship to you. So it took between 2 and 3 weeks after I ordered it to get here. But he also is having some vendors soon that he is working with, so he will be stocking some of these frames, but for now it's only available on Armatin Productions. And there will be a link down in the description to that below. And I have had some Armatin frames before, and the carbon quality and cutting is really nice. You know, it's worth the wait. You can see, hopefully, there's absolutely no scratching, no burring on any of the tooling. Even on these small M2 holes, there's absolutely no imperfections here. Really nice carbon, and the arms are cut in the correct direction. You can see with the fibers running along them. They are super, super stiff. Can't bend them at all, and I would highly doubt you're ever going to break an arm on this 4-inch quad. So let's get the hardware out and assemble this guy. And this doesn't come with any extras, unfortunately. It would be nice to get a few or 1 or 2 extras of each part, but not a real big deal. Just don't lose any. And it is nice because it comes with all one size. Well, there's only 2 sizes of screws, but there is the 6 millimeter screws, but there's only 4 of them for the top plate, so it makes it really easy to assemble because you know where everything goes. And these standoffs are a pretty cool matte black. They're not really shiny, but they're not textured, but looks pretty nice. So let's get this guy together.
I got trapped in your eyes the moment you looked at me. From across the room, those eyes kept following me. Something
Alright, and there we go. It's all put together. Really simple build. Probably took maybe 5 or 10 minutes here. You can see we just have the sandwiched arms in there, and it is nice because this is all steel hardware, steel screws and steel nuts, so you don't have to worry about stripping them so much like you do with aluminum nuts and screws. So you can really crank down on these guys, and there is very, very minimal flex. And I do wish, hopefully you can see, these standoffs just go straight into the screw. There's no lock nut underneath the standoff. I do wish it was a lock nut and then the standoff, because that keeps the arm tighter, and it just helps with strength overall. This does leave it a cleaner look, but you know, it's not a huge deal, especially in a 4-inch frame either. Then you can see I put the M2 hold plate up there, but unless you have a really tiny screwdriver that can fit through there and still be big enough for your head, you're going to, if you're going to be mounting your flight controller here, you're probably going to want to screw that in, or at least these standoffs in, to the plate before you put the second plate on and assemble it. But as you can see, it definitely is a Stretch X design. It's a Stealth XS, assuming that means extra stretch. For motor to motor, we're coming in at just about 180, and side to side it's about 115, and front to back it's about 140, 138 there. So it is definitely very stretched. Let's see if I can flex it this way. Wow, that's actually really good. I'm used to pretty much like floss style frames and my Ghost frame that use a single 3mm bottom plate. It doesn't use two smaller sandwich plates, but this actually provides a lot more stiffness. I mean, it is a 4-inch frame, it's not a 5-inch, but that's really stiff. I highly doubt you're going to be able to break this, especially with how light it is. So let's get a weight on it. Let's play the weight game. Haven't weighed this. Let's see. It's pretty beefy design, but it's also pretty skinny. I'm going to guess this thing weighs 46 grams. Oh, 48 grams. Pretty close there. 2 grams off. But yeah, 48 grams. Nice weight for a 4-inch frame. Now, I'm pretty sure this frame does fit any camera. You can see it's going to be, yeah, you're not going to be able to get away with a full-size camera unless it is wide enough. I looked, as long as you keep the lens just through there, like in between the standoffs, it is wide enough, possibly, but, you know, it's just going to add a lot of weight. I really don't recommend a full-size camera here. It is meant for the mini and micro, but specifically micro. You can see that'll just fit right in there and be super nice and protected, and it keeps everything low. It'll just poke out like that somewhere in there. And there are, they don't come with it yet, but there will be 3D printed TPU mounts coming for this. They'll just go over, pretty much, you've probably seen some of these before. They just slide right over the standoffs and screw into the camera and just hold it right up front there. As well as for the video transmitter mounting, this is designed to hold a Eachine VTX03, which I have one of these here. And again, this doesn't come yet, but it will be once it's sold later on different websites. This is a little 3D printed mount for that VTX. This is really clever. This just slides right in here. It's kind of tight. It's really tight fit. I can't do it right now, but it slides in, and then the antenna pops up, and this thing's similar like that. And then this slides down over the standoff, so you can see here, that slides down. And this just simply has like a little backpack right on the back. So that's really cool. That's really nice and lightweight there. And let's also just real quick get a weight with the VTX and camera mounts, just so it can be more accurate so you know what you're looking at. So about 50 grams there, and that probably weighs 2, 4, 5 grams. So about 54, 55 grams with all the included TPU there. And these will be also available free download if they're not already on Thingiverse. So yeah, there's really not that much more to say about this guy. I just really like the way it looks. It's definitely, I think, going to be a tank. It's super durable, and with how light it's going to be, especially building with 4-inch components, it's going to be a lot lighter. I'd say probably 180 grams is something, a good, decent range to shoot for. 160, 180, probably under 200, I'd definitely say. Try to keep it under. And a lot of the design aspects of this quad I really enjoy and think they're well thought out, especially like this little VTX mount. I think this is a fantastic idea. It's very well implemented. It fits the specified VTX absolutely perfectly, and I just think it really shows that this guy knows what he's doing. So yeah, that was the end of the video. That was just a quick overview of the Stealth XS4. Once again, there will be a link down below from Armatan Productions, but it will be sold in other sites soon. But for now, it's on Armatan, and it is super cheap. This isn't my frame. This is just a different friend's frame, but I really like this, and I will be building this up with a build tutorial soon. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.